Hello, how you doing? We're back. Temple Underground Internal Boxing Gym is being fixed and cleaned up and stuff, and weekends are always when we take a relaxation, but there's some other things we want to work on, really work on. Hi everybody. We're going to talk about some things called form. Dao Lu. A lot of videos out there showing, guys, traditional martial artists, internal martial artists having a little problem transferring or at least evolving traditional forms to match with contemporary fighting methods. And hey, just a little wriggle, making it work. I've been working on this for a long time, guys. Still getting away. Working on this for a long time. And well, even though I've been doing it for a while, things always change. Well, our stuff's internal. That's the first thing. So when you talk about internal stuff, you want to make sure that you're good to go. One of the first things I do for my forms is I make sure I have a good seated posture. Okay. Now they can change for everybody how you have your seated postures. Mine's arranged so that my heel is on my perineum, or my center, right there between my balls and my anus. Okay, try and sit on it, my foot. I kind of sit on my feet when I sit down. It stretches out, and I cross at the SP6, which is the spleen 6, which is responsible for controlling or improving or enhancing parasympathetic nervous system action, which is your digestion, second brain, helps with skin and sexual organ development and enhancement. So this is which is of course your essence. So it's a really good seat. It happens to be a little bit different than most. For hardwood floors, I use my boots so I can do it, and it works out good. So that's the first thing. But you got to find your technique. Again, you see how I'm sitting. Okay, this evolves even better over time because as I'm able to do it, I can work into a couple of different positions that are very important. My first position that's hugely important for me is to make sure that my back is good to go. So as I come off of this motion, I used to come back and do a plow. Make sure if I can see it. Now plows are important because they stretch right here around the Mending back area. And they also help improve breathing. Can't really breathe too good unless you do it well. You keep it about right here. Okay. As I come out of it, not a problem. Bring everything down. And I want to strengthen my middle. Strengthen my middle, my lower abdomen. So I usually bring it here, come back down. Do a couple of these. 9's always my number. I'll do 3 for now. As I come up through here, as you all know, one of the most important things you can do is called the queen of yoga, as far as postures, and that is the headstand. I usually hold for a 36 count with legs straight, left over right, 36 counts, right over left, 36 counts. And that usually does pretty good for me. I don't have to worry too much about it. Bringing it back down. Downward dog. Always a good posture. Think as much as you can. And upward dog. Also a good posture. Bounce it back up. You know your squat's got to be good. Again, a really good lunge is good. Then of course you want to make sure that you're going to be able to throw good kicks. This exercise does the best for that. Make sure you get both sides. Come back. Couple of push-ups don't hurt. This should probably open me up pretty good. And of course, then I go right back into my seated posture. Now, once I get that done, I got to get my breath back. By this time, I'm ready to adjust my posture. Make sure I can sit for a little longer than normal. And I'm ready to start doing my pranayama. First pranayama, of course, is nostril. So, I just got through doing some alternate nasal breathing. Okay, to clear out, I did just a single, not an equal, it's called, balanced breathing technique. After balanced breathing, I went into Surya Beheda and Bastrika breathing patterns, which are the two strongest breathing patterns that you can do with regard to pranayama, enhancing your parasympathetic nervous system. The deep stuff I usually save for a really sitting down on a surface that controls my back, but for the deep stuff, I use a real simple pattern. I will go through first my my 9 hand mudras, and I usually do a pretty good hold on it. It's a 1-4-2 ratio. Going through all of them. few more postures that need to be done before you continue. Gotta touch your toes. Go first 8 and 9, no problem. From here I usually go into a back arch. As far as I can go. Do at least one leg cross. And another. Right across left and right and top. I'm pretty tight because my musculature, so these are exercises I have to practice to keep the wall open. Boots on, I've never really tried to do a toe and try it today. See if it works. Yes, it works. Work on that stretch. And with them done, roll myself forward and reseat. Again, the seat's very important. Okay. So for the most part, I'm pretty much ready to go into my actions with regard to my form. Notice the ground is important. The ground is important because it aligns in the prone. Now you have to align yourself standing, but you have to do it in such a way that you're getting some healthy benefits, but at the same time, you're actually practicing really solid, combative, really good combative postures and combative movements. So, let's do that. I get up, move myself forward. My downward dog brings back the circulation. I bring the hands back to the knees, which is a pretty close downward dog, but I'm stretched out, so that's not a problem. Bring it a little wider into a upward dog. Bounce yourself up, and you're good to go. Now we'll start with our motions. I do my introductions because they're based on my last formal training that I've had in traditional martial arts, which was the Eskrima, which I really do try, even though they didn't keep me there for long because I couldn't keep up with the formal training every day, their standards. I still learned a lot. My first motion, of course, is meeting my opponent, crossing hands. Once the hands are crossed, I usually step back, okay, because I don't know what's going on. I give him that shoulder. Once I give him that shoulder, I go through a series of trapping motions. You're following me around, Dante. Trapping motions, okay, which really works pretty well. Make sure my posture's good. motion is done, okay, finish out, walking through. My left leg is forward. I lean back just to make sure I'm out of reach for a strike, protecting. Come back around. And my first motion to 10-pointed bob and weave, okay? Which came out, angels seem to work out pretty well. It stretches, does great motions, and does what I need to do. First motion that I do, okay, is strike. First strike is really nice. Second strike, really nice. Once I've evaded and struck, okay, my next motion, of course, is to block. I do a Quan style, which is a variation on warding off or doing cloud hands. Okay, you can imagine jabs coming at you, and you're working. Okay, so I go here, and I go here. This normally stops a 1-2 combination that's coming in pretty nasty. It blocks it from going because the targets are there to your body. Okay, and this is here. You cannot forget at the same time that somebody's going to try and work you over. So the next motion you should do, of course, is here and here. Gotta lift them legs up, guys. Gotta lift them up. Once this is done, I did a 1-2. I did back. Now I'm gonna do a hook. I'm gonna hook them. I'm gonna hook them. Now I can do this because I got myself in a good body position when I first began.